Without agriculture, we wouldn't be able to survive as a human race. I mean, it provides food, plants, air, oxygen. Um, it really feeds right into the biology curriculum that we teach.
Amy Goodyear is passionate about space, plant science, and giving her students the tools they need to thrive academically. For her dedication to incorporating agriculture themes in education, Goodyear was just named Virginia Agriculture in the Classroom 2024 Teacher of the Year. And it all started with just a seed of an idea.
I was doing a project called Plant the Moon, where we plant and grow plants in lunar regolith or lunar soil, if you will. And I was looking for some additional funding. Virginia Space Grant very generously covers the cost of the kit and the enrollment in the program. There's still a lot of supplies that the kids need to have, like buying soil and seeds and pots and watering systems. I found this grant through Virginia Agriculture in the Classroom. And as I looked at their organization, I really fell in love with how broad agriculture can be considered. And I started using a lot of their lesson plans in my classroom, like the strawberry DNA one we do every year. And so I applied for the grant last year and this year, and they were very generous in awarding us grants to do Plant the Moon.
We want them to be exposed to just the possibilities that may be out there. That sometimes when kids get kind of locked into a classroom, they're not always thinking about, well, how does this apply outside of the class? And so whether it's the Plant the Moon project or some of our other projects that are going on in other departments, that's what we want to see.
We're going to have a permanent colony on the moon. And since we can't send all of Earth's soil to the moon, we need to be able to grow plants and to support colonists living on the moon and eventually on Mars. That's where it came from. So all of my students are participating in this international competition because kids participate from around the world. And there's about 1,000 teams right now participating. And they will be judged by NASA scientists as far as their design, their experimental design, how well their plants grow, a number of factors. And then they will announce international winners and there will be state winners.
She's always been looking for, well, beyond a textbook, beyond just sort of rote memorization, how do I really get my kids like involved? And so she's always searching for new ways to do that, new projects, new ways for them to apply their learning, for someone to also be willing to not only find those projects, but also to write grants and seek out the resources for those things. That's really impressive.
I love to be an innovative teacher and to really link what they're learning in the classroom to what's going on in the real world. And I also love space science. That for me is just a passion. And so anytime I can get a little space science or aerospace into my classes, I do. And this was one of the ways that I could bring in space science and agriculture and really make it more real for the students rather than just learning out of a textbook, taking notes, taking a test, move on.
What excites her about teaching the content that she does, and then how does she make that available for students? No matter who's walking in her room, she wants to make sure they're engaged and excited about science.
I want them to know the concepts of biology, but more so, I want them to be able to read and write scientific articles, to be able to analyze them for themselves. Because if I can give them that gift of how to find the knowledge, how to interpret the knowledge, there is nothing that my kids can't do. My students are able to produce and to come up with. They're writing papers and posters that could be in any international science competition and win, not just place or show, but they could win. And they do win with the Plant the Moon competition. I've had one team that won internationally one year, and the second year I had a team that placed in the state of Virginia as a statewide winner.
At this event, Goodyear and her peers learned that she earned yet another accolade. She is one of 8 recipients of the 2024 National Agriculture in the Classroom Excellence in Teaching About Agriculture Award.
So well deserved for her. She doesn't have that many years of teaching experience, but the ones that she does, she puts forth all of her effort, gives 100% all of the time for her students.
I just really want to thank all the people that have supported me. I am a career switcher, so I've had other careers in the past, and I've had a lot of great support from my family, from my children. They always cheer me on, but even the students here at school, they really energize me. Finally, I want to thank the Virginia Agriculture in the Classroom for believing in me and for awarding me this award, because it means a lot. And I think it means a lot to the students.
Goodyear received a cash award and a scholarship to attend the 2024 National AITC Conference this June in Salt Lake City. Reporting from Richmond, Virginia, I'm Elijah Griles.